Hi, it's been quite a while since I've done this type of video, but thank you all so much for the reception on the stat poker video. It's honestly been really good. I gained like 500 subscribers, which is thanks to all of you, and also gained like 22,000 views, which is also thanks to all of you guys. I am really happy. I'm just happy that I put in so much time in something and it paid off. Now, there are a lot of things that I can change about that video, like tweaking the rule set and also putting the rule set like in the start of the video instead of in the end, so there's less confusion. But you guys told me that I'll work on that in the next one, if there's a next one. But I have other projects that I want to work on, basically. I have some projects that are cooking, and the thing is, it might not be a while until it comes out because I have school, and school is taking a bit of toll on my time because in the next few weeks I'm gonna have to like have an exam period. And an exam period is going to last like a month, and maybe in that time I can like squeeze some time to edit, but there will be that small hiatus. Basically, I'm also busy with like social stuff in general. Like by social stuff, I mean playing ranked with other people, but I feel like my rank gameplay has improved quite a bit. Because in the previous app videos, I'm been getting consistent sub 16s or like sub 17s. Here, this is a pretty fast seed, but I think I played it decently fine. I sent a seed change there because I didn't want to bridge over the terrain, which I think is kind of tweaker. But speaking of social stuff, I have like some stories that I do want to tell because I met some like MCSR people in real life, and we had like a little meetup, and I feel like I've had like the most. I feel like I lost Elo in social. I'm co-1 in Elo now in like general social life. Basically, one of the incidents is we were at like a restaurant, right, or like a breakfast-ish place. You could scan to pay for like your order, and you don't have to like talk to the person. And then we were like, okay, we'll just scan to order. And paying with card immediately, like paying with like Apple Pay or something, is like 55 pence more than if you just pay at the cashier. And then we were like, okay, yeah, let's just pay at the cashier later. So because we yap so much, right? We yap for like I think like 6 or 7 hours in that one restaurant that we kind of just forgot. And we were like, okay, we've yapped so much, let's move to another different location to like yap more, you know? Because that place is like somewhat closing. And then we left, we found a place to settle down, and then we received a phone call. And that phone call was like, hey, so it was the restaurant owner who was like a really nice restaurant owner. And they were like, hey, so you kind of forgot to pay the bill. And me and another person who I won't name, but me and another person, we looked at each other and we were like, oh. And then there was another person there who was like, who did pay their bill, and they were like smirking at us. And that was like the biggest social fail of my life, basically. My heart sank when I realized that we might have to go back. But then we didn't have to go back because we could scan and pay the order, and we could just order it again and then just call it back like, hey, this order we paid this price, and hopefully we don't have to go back to the restaurant, which we didn't. If we did, that would have been a huge fumble. And in the place where we settled, there was another social thing that happened, which I was just really thirsty after all that because we were just yapping for like the entire day. I didn't really get a drink at all. Essentially, we're at like a fast food place. Not really fast food, but like an American diner place. I just couldn't ask the guy for water. Like, because, okay, imagine there is like a counter, and the counter is empty, where there's like supposed to be a person there, and then the person there is like working like 4 different jobs at once because they're like, okay, taking out the trash, sweeping the floor, and like cooking the meals or like something, or like delivering the meals. And it's just so hard to go up there and ask that one guy for water because nobody else is in the counter, you know? There's only that one guy who occasionally goes to the counter, takes people's orders, and then goes to like handle the trash, handle like the orders, handle everything else. And at the same time, it's like I'm just so scared to ask, and I feel like I've just been side-eyeing to check if that person's there or not, like 4 different times. And one time he was over there, and I just couldn't bring myself to go and ask for water. There actually is something wrong with me. I think the more ranked games you play, it's correlated to the amount of social loss that you have. Like, I am just so I'm actually just so bad at talking to people. After that incident as well, we were walking on the sidewalk, right? Because we were like all going home. We were walking on the sidewalk, and essentially a motorcycle came and stopped in front of us. And I was like, I stopped as well, because like the logical thing that you do as like a human being is like letting the motorcycle pass so it doesn't run you over. So I was like standing to the side and just waiting and letting the motorcycle pass, and it just didn't move. And me and the motorcycle guy just locked eyes for like 20 seconds. And I was like gesturing like, are you gonna go? Are you gonna? And then he was like, no, I'm parked here. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we stood there for 20 seconds for absolutely no reason. I'm actually so no. Small social things like this are actually like in my head all the time, because this happened like legit like 1 month or 2 months ago, and I still remember that one interaction. It's actually so fried. Another thing is, I'm actually allergic to my dish soap. So essentially, when I first came to the UK, I was like really I was really whimsical before I came to the UK. Now less so. But when I came to UK, my hand was also like my right hand was actually like really healthy. And then over time, I realized that my hand was like deteriorating only on my right hand, and I don't know why. Because my left hand is fine, the rest of my body is fine, and I was like, why is my skin like falling off? Like, which is a valid thing for someone to think, you know? And but I've kind of suffered this for like 2 years. And the one thing I've noticed is when I come to the UK, it starts. And when I go away from the UK, like when I go back to like my hometown or like Malaysia or China, like my skin heals. It heals perfectly fine. And I'm like, I don't know why my skin is like this. I must be allergic to UK air, which is a valid thing for people to think, because the first thing you think about is, God damn it, I must be allergic to the UK. But essentially, I saw like the NHS or like a doctor like a few days ago. They prescribed me like this really nice like hand cream which I've been applying. They also were like, "Do you have any allergies?" I'm like, "No, of course not." Because well, I didn't have allergies my entire life. And he's like, "Do you use any like sensitive soap?" And I'm like, "I don't really use sensitive soap. I use like this like what is it called? I have it right here. Coconut body wash with coconut oil. That costed like £1 from. Okay, well, that's like a tangent, but like, it's like a pretty cheap body wash, which I don't think it was of the cause of my hand thing. And he was like, no. Have you used any dish soap? Any sensitive dish soap? And I was like, oh, I've been using the same brand of dish soap ever since I came to the UK. So I was like my mind just like opened up, my third eye opened, and I was like, oh, I was allergic to the dish soap. Dish soap. I can't actually pronounce this word. I was allergic to the dish soap. So I stopped using the dish soap for like 4 days, and my hand has actually been healing. It's actually a miracle. Because with the skin condition that I had, I couldn't like every time I try to like right click or left click, my hand just starts hurting, which I'm so glad I can like, start dragging with my skin like slightly healthy. Another fail that I had is can opening. Who designed cans this way? Because okay, this it's not okay, maybe it is slightly my fault, but I've been using packaged stuff my entire life. Like packaged noodles or packaged like beans or whatever. Not packaged beans. Like I use like the canned beans as well, but like you're able to open it with like your hand or something with like the little lid. But who made like super sealed cans? Like why are they unopenable? Like I've low key spent I okay, so I was cooking like spaghetti bolognese, right? And I was low key cooking it for like 2 hours. 30 of those minutes was preparing the meats and the noodles. an entire hour of that was trying to open a can. I actually couldn't because I tried using a can opener and I was like scraping the surface with it, and I was like, "Why isn't this opening? Why isn't this opening?" While I tried turning it around the can, and I was like actually crushing out. And I didn't. And then I searched it up on Google. So I tried a spoon. It didn't work. I tried to open it using a knife. It didn't work. I tried to using a scissor. It didn't work. So I was like, okay, I can only do one thing. So I called my mom, and I called my mom for help, and she was also like trying to explain to me through the phone like how to use the can opener. And then my housemate came and was like, "Hi," in the kitchen, and I was like, "Please." And then I was like, I beg of you, please, how do you open this stupid can? And then they were like, oh, here. And then they used the can opener, punched a hole in it, and then just opened it with no like strain whatsoever. And I was like marveling at it. I didn't know that you had to punch a hole through it. But at the same time, why are they so durable? Who made cans to be so durable? Like, thank you all so much for listening to me yap. It's I think I want to make more these types of videos in the future, kind of because it makes us good filler and it also brings my personality out there and like my thoughts out there, which I think I want to do more in the future. But thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Bye bye. Bye. Bye.